Hi, it's Richard at Richard's Guitars, and today I'm going to be showing you the T386, T486 and T59 from Eastman Guitars. Let's have a personal review and more of an overview of what they offer. Three guitars that span quite a price range between $999 and $1679. My board tells me down here, I've got my little clipboard here, helping with a few pointers that I wanted to tell you about. So $999 to $1679, and we've got the T486 in the middle at $1239. So £679 between the three. So let's have a look at what makes them different and what sets one apart from the other. Starting with the T386, we have got, okay, so on paper, all three of these guitars are very similar. They all share the same center block, the same scale length, laminate top, in that traditional format of the that style of guitar that we all know and love. They all have vintage style machine heads. So generally they are pretty similar to start with. So the 386 is the most simple model. So the key thing you'll get with the 386 is this maple top, but with no frills. Okay, so there's no figuring in the 386. So don't expect figuring on the top or the back. So that's the key thing. If you like things simple and you like things more traditional, the 386 is definitely the way forward. You've got dot inlays instead of the pretty inlays you get on the 486 and the 59. So tonally, you have got Kent Armstrong pickups in here. Now this is kind of what sets apart all three of these guitars. They all have different pickups. So as well as the aesthetic simplicity of this guitar, you have a Kent Armstrong pickup. Now Kent Armstrong pickups are most likely cheaper to source and to sell than Seymour Duncans that are in these two guitars. However, it really is more a case of, you know, finding the guitar that sounds right for you as well. If you're after a more mellow tone guitar, the 386 is actually a lovely guitar. So let me show you what it sounds like. Neck pickup sounds. It's a lovely mellow sound. So that's the neck pickup, back pickup. So that is your 386. So we're looking at a simple, no frills, no binding on the headstock, no figuring on the top and the back, and we've got the Kent Armstrong pickups. You've also got a slight variation on the machine heads. The machine heads are what they call ping well machine heads, and again potentially ping wells, possibly because of the price point, must be cheaper than pings that we'll see are on the 486. That is on no tone, that's on full tone, so no tone taken off. It has a very lovely woody tone, but if you want that woody tone, then it's good. If you want a little bit more bite in that pickup, then you might want to be looking at the 486. Here we have the 486. Now the 486, the first thing you'll see is, apart from it, I've taken three guitars, three different colours, just to give you an idea of different colours you get from the guitars. But this one has got the figure. Red is never very easy to show figuring in videos, but it's got a beautiful flame maple top, and you will also expect to see a flame maple back as well on a 486. So although they describe them just as maple, you'll always get that figuring in the tops on a 486. On top of that, beyond the 386 that we have here, you've now got binding around the headstock as well, which the 386 doesn't have. You've got ping machine heads as opposed to ping wells. So we also have the SD Jazz in the neck and the SD59 in the bridge, both by Seymour Duncan. So if you're spending an extra £239, that £239 is basically going into ping machine heads instead of ping well machine heads, Jazz and a 59 pickup, and extra bindings and the figuring. So that's what you're getting for the extra money. Now the difference in tone, I noticed immediately the 486 has got a little more zest to it. It's the way I describe it, a little bit more liveliness. So if I do a similar kind of that back pickup is just a little bit more. Even the neck pickup, these Seymour Duncan pickups have just got a little bit more, we could say brightness, a bit more dynamic. Okay, and if we want to roll that off, we can take that tone control out. So that's what you get with the T486. A little bit more dynamic tone, and you get the extra bindings, the figure at top, and Seymour Duncan pickups. And finally, we have the T59 V. So what we get here now is the T59 V. The V stands for violin finish. The violin finish is a tip of the hat to their violin makers that have been building, really building their brand before they even built guitars. They have this wonderful skill to make their violins look like old violins, and they've now transferred that to their guitar market, and so now they're able to produce some incredible likeness to what you might imagine an old guitar would look like, with areas that are worn, but nothing too over dramatic. It's all done very, very sympathetically to the guitar, and you do genuinely end up with something that looks extraordinarily authentic and original. Same with the machine, same with the headstock, with the aging of the headstock, so it's slightly worn looking, which is incredible. All the parts are aged, so we have their Gotos, aged Goto, or vintage Gotos. All the hardware on the T59 is aged nickel. The hardware on both of these guitars was also Goto. Okay, so but this one is Goto aged. The pickups are now antiquities, Seymour Duncan antiquity pickups. The finish and the pickups and the aged hardware, so that kind of goes in with finish, are the key differences between the 486 and the 59V. So have a quick listen to this. The antiquities is they have quite an interesting texture of tone. There is some layering going on. So let's listen to it on the blues side of things. So neck pickup. tone. And there you have it. That is the T59 V. Okay, so that's all three guitars. So I'll give you a quick summary now of what we found out. So the T386 to my right here, what we have here are dot inlays. We have no binding to the headstock. We have a traditional unfigured top and back. We have Kent Armstrong pickups, and we have Pingwell machine heads. And the rest is Goto hardware. T486, we then have these block inlays, we have the Ping machine heads, and we now have Seymour Duncan Jazz and a 59 pickup in the bridge. We have a figured flame top and a figured flame maple back. Then the one in my hands, the T59 V, we have the Seymour Duncan Antiquity pickups in the neck and the bridge. We have this beautiful aged finish, and we are paying for the aged vintage hardware. And that's in a nutshell, those are the differences between the T386, the T486 and the T59. I will be doing an individual review on all three of these guitars in the future, but I wanted to keep this video just a kind of an overview for anyone looking at an Eastman guitar. They're very, very popular guitars, and I didn't really want to get involved in personal favourites, anything too kind of like personal, because I wanted you guys to give me your feedback on what you thought of them. So I hope you'll do that in the comments below. Thank you very much. Bye.